Hello everyone and welcome to the S4 into S5 option information session. This is a voiceover as an alternative to a live session, because we've felt that over the past year or so with the use of technology that giving parents access to information prior to a live meeting is probably the right way to do it. So this is not a long session, and it's an opportunity for you to find out a bit more about the structure of the curriculum, about subjects, about the options process from 4th year into 5th year, and that will then be followed by a live question and answer session with parents on Tuesday evening. So I will leave you in the capable hands of Mr Byers, who is in charge of the senior phase curriculum here at Cumbernauld Academy, and he will start off by explaining the curriculum structure for next session from August 2022.
Hi folks, then if we start with the second slide here, it's really talking about the curriculum structure for the year ahead. Now, as of this year, we went to 32 periods in the week, and that was spread out differently, how they were taken up with subjects for each year level. In S1 and 2, which is the broad general education, pupils had the chance or opportunity to undertake up to 14 subjects per week. As you already know, when they moved in, the pupils moved into S3, there was a narrowing of the curriculum and they were offered the opportunity of taking up 9 subjects. That narrowed again in S4 to 7, and as we move into S5 and S6 courses, it's narrowed to 5. The time's allocated across 5 columns. Each column offers us the opportunity of 6 periods. There is also an additional period for Skills for Life with the pupil support teacher, and YPI, which is the Youth Philanthropy Initiative, which allows pupils the opportunity to look at charitable organisations and their impact on the community. Within the 5 columns and 6 periods, English is a fundamental and compulsory requirement. From the other 4 options available, pupils will choose subjects based on their previous experience in the subjects they undertook. Now, unless there's exceptional circumstances, pupils have to build on previous experience. Like I said, they won't get the opportunity to pick a brand new subject unless there's something that they really need to do in order to get their next stages of progression, but they were unsure of that in S4 when they chose their subjects at that point.
So the main thing, I suppose, in 5th year is that we're moving from 7 subjects to 5, and those 5 subjects are 5 of the 7 that they've done in 4th year, with English remaining compulsory for everyone, and that the 6 periods are delivered across 3 double periods in the course of the week.
So how did we get to the stage then that the pupils have chosen subjects and they're getting the opportunity to choose the subjects that they wish to take? Well, at the start of January, within Skills for Life, the pupils are given a free option choice form. Basically, they have to write down exactly the subjects they're looking to undertake in the year ahead. Myself and Mrs McGuigan then take that information and we put it into a planning system, and we develop an option form for S5 and S6 that fits the majority of pupils' needs. Clearly, we're not going to make sure, or we can't make sure, that every single person gets everything they want. So we have to do a best fit option. Those pupils that don't get the best fit, then we'll sit down with them and have another interview at option time to see exactly how we can manage best their wishes.
I suppose the most important thing to know at this point is everything the school can do to accommodate the requests of young people to take subjects forward into S5 is being done, and the way that we do that is not by creating an option structure which young people have to fit into. The way we do that is by creating an option structure that the young people say they want. So it's driven by pupil needs.
So once that process is finished and completed, and like Mr Cairns has said, we've offered the best opportunities for the pupils based on the resources we have, including teachers, clearly. We'll come up with our option form. Now, the option form itself is split into 5 columns. There is a facility for pupils to look at foundation apprenticeships as well as vocational courses. For clarification on foundation apprenticeships, there is a website address. Pupils are asked to go to that and then feedback to the pupil support team during the interview process to detail exactly their wishes. Now the courses themselves, like I said, are split up across the 5 columns. We're offering a range of advanced higher courses in 6th year. That is not available in 5th year because clearly you have to progress from higher, and higher is only available in 5th year for the first time. We also offer higher and National 5 as well as National 5 or National 4 courses, I should say. So we've got everything from English all the way through to some of our practical subjects that are only available as National 5 courses. So the structure of the national qualifications, as we already know, in years 1 to 3 the pupils get the chance to undertake the broad general education. As we move through to S4, it's National 4 and National 5 qualifications, and for some pupils maybe even National 3 depending on their strengths. As we progress into S5, pupils then have the opportunity to move up into the next level of subject. In other words, they progress from the subjects they were taking in S4 through into S5. So for some pupils who are undertaking National 4s, they'll have the opportunity to undertake National 5s, and likewise pupils who undertook National 5s in S4 will have the opportunity for higher in S5. So how does this work out for our pupils? Well, clearly we have a range of pupils with different needs, different strengths and weaknesses, and different ambitions. So we have to produce an option form and a curriculum in S5 that gives the opportunities for every single pupil to attain their wishes. How we go about then this, or doing this I should say, is through the offering. Now clearly the pupils have a number of routes. One of the first routes for many of our pupils is into the world of work, into the world of training and apprenticeships. So if we could look at the slide there, you can see that for a pupil whose pathway is an apprenticeship in one of the trades, or modern apprenticeships even, they could undertake a range of National 4s as well as maybe a couple of National 5s in S4. As they progress into S5, they'll maybe move on to the next level of subject. So for example, National 4 English in S4 into National 5 English in S5. You can see this particular pupil's routes here. They've chosen to take a vocational route, so they're looking at automotives, and that's usually done in conjunction with the college, New College Lanarkshire. They have chosen to undertake a higher also because they're moving on from the National 5 that they undertook in S4. And then if they stay on at school, they'll take further subjects in engineering as well as metalwork, a further higher in music, and the National 5 in chemistry. And that'll give them a broad, balanced curriculum that will suit their needs in terms of moving on into the apprenticeship pathway.
So what underpins all of this work is conversations that go on with the pupil support teachers, with Skills Development Scotland advisors in the school, so that young people are very well informed about the requirements for particular career paths. So that work combined with the offer in terms of the curriculum should provide a very clearly understood and appropriate pathway for every learner regardless of their career choice. So if the career choice was something completely different from an apprenticeship, say medicine or law or something like that, then that pathway would also be available in Cumbernauld Academy. And you can see from this slide how someone who was wanting to do medicine would be able to progress. That would be one of the pathways available. It would be similar for law or engineering or dentistry or veterinary medicine. So if it's a particularly academic path, that's something that will be available in Cumbernauld Academy too.
And we can see how we travel that particular path. In S4, pupils have undertaken a whole suite of National 5 courses. Moving into S5, they then progress on to the higher level, undertaking 5 hires, and then the opportunity exists in S6 to crash a hire or 2, as well as attain a further progression route into some subjects by undertaking advanced hire. Now clearly, in consultation with the pupil support team as they move through S5, they'll be aware of exactly the route into a particular discipline, so they'll be choosing their subjects to accommodate that pathway. And
you can see there, although that says advanced higher English, you could easily substitute that for advanced higher biology if that were the requirement of the university.
One of the third and final pathways that we can talk about today is for the pupil who really doesn't know what they want to do in S4, and as we already understand, that really takes in quite a large proportion of our pupils. So in S4 they've got a general suite of courses ranging across National 4 and National 5, probably undertaking subjects that they enjoy, and hopefully that'll lead them into that particular discipline. In S5 they've built on that, undertaking National 5 courses, and then in S6 moving forward into the higher. So again, it's given the opportunity to get a full range of courses spread across a number of disciplines that should suit their purposes when they finally decide on the next pathway on leaving school.
And I think that in particular, given the current pandemic situation, the idea that we take time to get there is a good message to be given our young people. You know, we don't have to get all of our National 5s by the end of S4 and our hires by the end of S5. You know, it's been a really difficult time for lots of young people. So that the message of, you know, we're looking after you, we're taking care of you until you're able to get there and fulfil your potential is a very clear one. So it's very important that I think that we all support young people through their journey.
In summarising then some of the assessment routes at the end of S4 prior to entering S5, just want to highlight a couple of points then. So pupils at the start of S5 will be placed in courses based on exactly the qualifications that they gained in S4. Clearly when the option process takes place, those qualifications haven't been completed yet, so we base it on the feedback from teachers and the level that they're attaining at that point in February. Now clearly, once the qualifications drop through that door in August, we are in a position to change. So for example, if a pupil doesn't gain the qualifications that they believe they were going to, then we will adapt the level that they undertake when they start in S5. For National 4 courses in S4, pupils have to undertake internal units, and they have to pass each internal unit before they gain the qualification. If they fail one of the units, then they can't go ahead and complete the qualification. There is no grades associated with National 4, it's just a simple yes, pass or fail. In National 5 courses, pupils undertake an exam at the end of the year, and that will dictate exactly the level that they gain in qualification. Now clearly it's not just an exam. For some courses there's also a practical element or even a portfolio piece that will contribute towards that final grade. This year, due to the ongoing issues with COVID, the SQA themselves are making allowances for some of the disruptions taking place with pupils' education over the last 2 years. And as of March the 7th, pupils will be given directed topics to revise and study from the SQA. In other words, the SQA are telling us and telling the pupils, look, elements of your course won't be in the exam, don't bother studying with them, these elements will be in the exam. Make sure you are revising and you're thorough with your knowledge so you're in the best position to gain that particular qualification.
So being in school, listening to your teachers, paying attention to the focused revision advice that's being issued by the SQA will very definitely provide clear support for all young people who are sitting exams this year.
Now in terms of the S4 prelim results, they've been posted out as I speak, and they will be with you either tomorrow or the day after. Along with that, there's a whole support package of measures that we're putting in place to make sure that pupils are best placed this year to gain the qualifications that they fully deserve.
The staff in Cumbernauld Academy are all absolutely committed to ensuring the best exam results for all young people, along with the best support. I've always said that if we support young people well, if we look after them, if we take care of them, if we love them, then they will get the very best results. That's what will come out of that process. So this is just another part of that. Life has been difficult for everyone, we know that. Prelim results are always something that we can improve on, so they tend to be the worst case scenario for young people. So when you see the suite of options that are available for support for your children over the next 9 or 10 weeks, I would encourage you as parents to find a way to get your child to engage in as many of these supports as they possibly can. We are absolutely committed to doing the very best that we can for your children, and I'm very grateful for the support that you offer as parents in terms of getting your children engaged with the additional support that is available. Thanks very much for your time, and I hope to see you tomorrow evening at the open question and answer session.
Thanks very much for your time. Goodbye.